Good morning, everybody, and this is your Forex day trade setups for today. So starting off with Euro USD as usual, and looking at the 8 hour, this is sideways, ladies and gentlemen. This has been sideways for basically, what's that, all of this week and half of last week. So oscillators not really giving us any indication there. In amongst all the moving averages, really no reason to be looking at anything right now. And if you look at the hour, that play is also playing out on the hour as well. The thing to watch is you have a consolidation triangle. Now we do have a jobs number coming out and a little bit of extra data coming out in the US ladder that may influence us, but for me this is sideways. Sit quietly and wait for it to play out. Moving on to US dollar Japanese yen. So we did get a break through the structure that we had here, which was 109,686 area. But just look to the left, doesn't necessarily mean that this range is over. So if you keep looking to the left, you can see it may actually be just extending the range to the downside for bottom of range down here. So looking at price action right now, if you start getting above these swing highs, then I'd be looking for some kind of opportunity to move for a trade to the upside to come and test these areas here, assuming at that bottom of bigger range. But there is also another story here. So this is a break. This is the start of a downtrend. So if we can get a rejection of 109,625 or 109,686, then that would be an opportunity for a move to the downside. But bigger picture here is we are in a range and I'm not trading ranges. So this may be the start of something bigger, but I want to see pullback, rejection, and then another break before start getting into that. So for me, that's still sit on hands. The dollar pair is null and void for me at the moment. British pound, Japanese yen. So we've kind of been all over the place the last couple of weeks, or a couple of months actually, and looking for some form of a trend, but it doesn't look like it's happening. So this could be a buying opportunity, or it's just going to break through below this pin bar. So very confusing. Pin bar, we've got to break above the pin bar with this bar here, but that is off a structure, off a level, but there's nothing really that's indicating to me that it's going to continue. Oscillators are gripping the downside, so maybe we need to just wait for that bar and we'll play it from there. If you look at it on the hour, you could see the chaos of yesterday. That was pretty much a sideways day, or could we see it as a rounding bottom day? Ultimately, we need to break above 151,446. So break above it, come back and test it, and hold that test. Then we have potential for a move to the upside. But bear in mind, we're below the moving averages at the moment. And that's kind of been the story all month, basically, above and below the moving averages. So could be the start of something bigger to the downside, or it could be the start of another move to the upside and just building us a big range between the structure that I've got drawn in. 152,832 to the upside and 151,284 to the downside. Oscillators crossed over pointing down, does indicate more downside to come, but this could just be based on what's going on in Asia at the moment. It's a bit of a mess in Asia right now. So anyway, with just waiting and seeing at the moment. So if we do get a break of the London breakout strategy today, which is the first 7 bars, I would anticipate that break to the downside. So just because we're below the moving averages at the moment, but nothing concrete here. So I'm also sit on hands there. Euro British pound. Again, long story short, we've been in this long downtrend. We've tried to break it once, tried to break it twice, and now we're rejecting the moving averages. Oscillators agreeing with that. So I would suspect any move into 0.85493 will more than likely get us a move to the downside. But when you look at what's going on in British pound, Japanese yen, that just starts bringing a bit of confusion in, because that would be contrary to what the pound is doing against the yen. So ultimately we are sideways. Okay, so basically since the 9th of September we have been sideways, and that is continuing. We're in amongst the moving averages. We're not above the 155. We are below the 155. So this is a potential downtrend, but the moving averages are flat. So range bound, another one that I'm sitting on my hands again. So yes, another day of Forex not looking very appetizing for me at the moment, so we'll stay out of those things. There is some interest in the S&P 500, and I think that's pretty much where my focus will be again today. There's possibly some good moves there that may actually play out today. Anyway, hope it helped you somewhat, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.